We are live from Sinsheimer Stadium in beautiful San Luis Obispo, California. It is game 40 of the Blues season. They come in with their record at 24-15, and it's the sixth and final meeting against our neighbors from the south, the Conejo Oaks. Playoff implications taking place tonight. That was a strike. What a first pitch there. This is a big one. Blues can clinch a playoff berth with a victory against Conejo, a team that's taken 3 of the previous 5 meetings. Most recently, a 1-0 defeat, the second shutout of the Blues season at the hands of the Oaks. And we are so happy to welcome you into Blues Baseball here in the Blues Streaming Network. After tonight, 2 more games to go. We will be here at home, as we have been for the final 5 here at Sinsheimer Stadium, for a game at 4 tomorrow against the Barons, and Sunday against the Barons as well at 1. The Blues are in second place in the South with their conference record of 14-13. They're 2 games behind Arroyo Seco for the 1 seed, and it is fireworks night. They welcome in the Oaks, their record of 17-16, 4th place in the South, and this is a big one for the Oaks. They're a game and a half behind Orange County. They're 2.5 games behind SLO, and tonight they play for their playoff lives. They've lost back-to-back games after being walked off both times and could be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss tonight and a win for the Orange County Riptide, who are playing the Santa Barbara Foresters tonight. Last game the Blues played was a hard-fought battle with Arroyo Seco. They can playoff berth, as mentioned, tonight with a win. They'll have to do it against a pitching staff that held them to just 4 hits in that 1-0 defeat. That continued the trend of hot and cold offensive production for the Blues. On Wednesday, they played a complete game that featured timely hitting late, the best outings from Heston Toll and Miller Plyman. Blues will look to clinch tonight and use final games as a way to sort of prepare themselves for a playoff push, but the job is not done yet, and it'll be a good one tonight, as 4 of the previous 5 meetings between these 2 teams were won in late innings. It's always a good one here. It's always a good night on fireworks night. It is a packed house here at Sinsheimer Stadium as the fans flood in. We're ready for another good one. Blues and Oaks for the 6th and final time. The Oaks have actually won the last 3. Blues won the first 2 on July 2nd and 4th. Since then, the Oaks have won 3 in a row against the Blues. The Blues will look to snap that tonight and throw their own party, clinching a playoff berth with a victory here tonight, and end the Oaks' chances at being that 3 seed by defeating them. Starting lines have been introduced, and we're just about ready for our national anthem. I'm going to step aside, and I'll be right back with you after the rendition. Conservatory of the Performing Arts, PCPA, this fall. This time we would ask you to please rise and kindly remove your hats. Ileana?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fireworks night, the 3rd and final one. It's game 40. It's the Blues and Oaks. Sixth and final time. Hi again, everybody. I'm Zach Ibrahim up in the press box for you here at Sinsheimer Stadium. Cannot believe that the season is winding down, but here we are. Game 40, it's Evan Larson, the right-hander out of Concordia Irvine, taking the mound and taking the ball for the Blues, trying to lead them to victory. He'll have to face an Oaks lineup that goes like this. Austin Carrillo leads things off, followed by TJ Foreman, Brendan Bobo, Brendan Durfee, then Grant Smith, Anson Arrows batting 6th, Greg Melhoff batting 7th, Raul Sandoval batting 8th, and Daniel Cabral is in the 9 hole. For Larson, it's his 7th appearance, his 5th start, 2-1 record, 3.27 ERA, and 22 full innings pitched. He struck out 33, he's walked 11, has only allowed 17 hits. It'll be his first start against the Oaks. Defensively, the Blues have Ryan Cermak in center, Mason Grotto in left, Vinny Bologna in right, Tate Samuelson at third, Ruben Mercado at short, Austin Kretschmar at second, TJ Clarkson at first, and AJ Esperanza calling the game and doing the catching behind the plate. History of this matchup, previous five meetings between these two teams. Back on July 2nd, the Blues won in a thriller 5-4. On the 4th, won another close one 6-5. On the 9th, lost 8-5. On the 10th, lost 14-5. Their worst defeat in terms of margin this season. And most recently, on July 24th, a 1-0 loss in Thousand Oaks to an Oaks pitching staff that seemingly had their number. The starter, who they'll have on the mound tonight, Chris Torres, went 6 full innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 4, struck nobody out. A lot of these games between these two teams have been crazy. They've been fun. Again, only 1 blowout. The rest have really been close and have been won in the 7th inning or later. We'll see if that trend continues here tonight. Blues are coming off of, as mentioned, complete game victory over Arroyo Seco by the score of 5-3. It's the first of a 3-game weekend set here at home. First against the Oaks, 2 more against the Barons. And I'll say it again, it is fireworks night. Huge crowd on hand, packed house, and we're just about ready for baseball. Evan Larson facing Austin Carrillo. Carrillo, Foreman, and Bobo, the top 3 for the Oaks. Larson stands in to face Carrillo. Brings the average of 296 into play. Left-handed batter. Steps into the box. Blues in their pinstripe jerseys. It's game 40, and it's the 6th and final between the Blues and Oaks. And we are underway with ball 1. High fastball from Larson to Carrillo. Count 1-0.
Started playing.
1 ball and no strikes. Here's the second pitch. That's in there for a strike. Larson, in his outings, has gone into games pretty deep. Last start, coming off of a 5-inning outing, 2 earned runs on 4 hits, struck out 7. Prior to that, faced the Foresters. That's lined into right, and it's a base hit for Austin Carrillo to get the hitting and base running started for the Oaks. Larson's best outing, 6 full innings. Did not give up a run or hit against the Foresters. Struck out a season-high 9. The leadoff man is aboard. It's Carrillo reaching on a single, and here's TJ Foreman batting second today and bringing his average of 259 to the plate. Carrillo safe at first. Here's the first pitch to Foreman. Strike 1. Blues had the lead early in their last game against the Saints. In 3 of the first 4 innings of that game, the Blues had the bases loaded. Would end up only scoring 5 runs in the game, but it would be enough as Heston Toll and Miller Plyman delivered their best performances of the year. 0-1 pitch. Instead, he'll throw over to first to check on Carrillo, and he's still safe. 0-1 still the count to Foreman. Seen TJ in every matchup between these two teams. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball that misses low. Ball 1. Count even. Important to note that the two men that led the pitching staff in the other game, in Wednesday night's ball game, Heston Toll and Miller Plyman, they have left for Arkansas. Blues will be without the two of them for the rest of the season. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fouled off and not a play. It's 1-2, and it's the first souvenir for our packed house here at Sinsheimer Stadium. Every game here at Sinsheimer Stadium, a special one, of course, but with this crowd on hand and understanding and realizing that the season is winding down, these are the moments Blues want to savor and, more importantly, win in front of this huge crowd. And we're just underway in the top of the first. Still no score and nobody out. Two. Flared out to right, and that's a foul ball. Larson definitely the one starter for the Blues that takes the most time in between pitches, cycling through the signs with AJ Esperanza, who's doing the catching tonight. It's not that they're not on the same page. He just comes set, takes his time, and pitching out of the stretch early with a runner on first. Austin Carrillo led things off with a single. Here's a 2-2 pitch, breaking ball. That's grounded to Samuelson. Takes a high hop. He'll go for the out at second, and they'll get it there. So Foreman is aboard, reaching on a fielder's choice. Trading places with Carrillo as there is the first out. Top of the first, one gone now. And Foreman safe at first on the fielder's choice, bringing Brendan Bobo to the plate. Average at 286. It's been an up and down season for him, but he's coming off of one of his best games. 3 for 5 in the loss last night to the Foresters. 2 homers, 3 RBIs. A lot of pop in the bat. 7 homers for him on the season. Check the swing and took ball 1. On the season, the Oaks have 13 homers. On the season, they have 16 homers. Bobo has 7 of them. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Left-handed batter. CCL All-Star. Played in the showcase game. Throw over to first again. This time checking on TJ Foreman, and he's still safe. Blues can make it a lot easier winning tonight, clinching a playoff berth and not having to stress about having to beat the last place Barons. You can also savor the fact that you could keep the Oaks out of the playoffs, beating them tonight and seeing if Orange County can defeat Santa Barbara, which the Oaks were unable to do last night. Walked off, and the final was 6-5. Back-to-back losses for the Oaks, both via the walk-off. It's been a tough stretch of games. And Orange County, who, back when we played them, we documented the fact that they have the toughest stretch of games to go the rest of the way. They've been playing very well. Foreman takes off for second. Bobo fouls one off. The count is even at 1-1. We're in the top of the first. There's no score and 1 out. Fans still filing in. Going to be tough to find a place to sit. You know, it's a packed house when there's no empty seats. Throw into second, and that'll almost get away. Austin Kretschmar able to get behind Mercado as the throw into second was a bit late from Esperanza. It's a stolen base for TJ Foreman, and he's now in scoring position. Two balls and 1 strike. Foreman safe at second after stealing a bag. Larson deals. Fouled off by Bobo, and the count is even at 2-2. Oaks. First 2 men have reached. Carrillo singled. Foreman hit into a fielder's choice. Now safe at second and in scoring position for the biggest power bat in the Oaks lineup in Brendan Bobo. RBI total of 26 for Brendan. The next closest Oak has 11. He's been getting it done for the Oaks all season. And here's a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. That's the second out, and it's a big one. Set down the big bat, and now there's two gone in the top of the first. TJ Foreman still in scoring position at second. Now we welcome Brendan Durfee to the plate for the first time. Durfee with the average at 263. He's DHing and batting cleanup tonight.
Go for press box.
Only 2 extra base hits for him the entire season, a double and a triple. That dips low for ball one. Mentioned that Larson takes his time in between pitches. He certainly does when there's a man safe at second. Gives him a good stare down. Won't throw over to second necessarily, but checks on him for sure. This is outside ball two, and Durfee is quickly ahead 2-0 in the count. Top of the first, no score with 2 gone here at Sinsheimer Stadium. Two balls, no strikes to Durfee. Larson, he will throw over to second. The throw is bounced to Mercado, and Foreman is still safe.
It's a typo. Durfee.
2 balls, no strikes. Two outs in the top of the first. That's in there for a strike. It's 2-1 now. Larson looking over at second before he's even set. Obviously communicating with Mercado to see if he will throw over. 2 balls and 1 strike to Durfee. Here's the pitch. He'll step off now. Larson with his slow pace, keeps the heart rate down, keeps the men in scoring position honest. Already a stolen base for TJ Foreman. That's why he's safe at second. No score, top of the first. 2-1 pitch. Missing high, ball 3. The walks for Larson. He's allowed 11 men to reach via base on balls. Has kept the hit rate down as he's only given up 17 on the season in his 22 innings. Obviously bolstered by a 6-inning performance in which he gave up none. 3 balls and 1 strike. Strike 2 as the count is full. And now you'll hear the fans chant for hot sauce. Larson trying to pitch and get out of the top of the first. Facing the Oaks for the first time. Payoff pitch. Foul back. Slightly, and the count's still full. Foreman still safe at second. Carrillo led things off with a single. Foreman grounded to third, and they took the out at second, so he traded places with Austin. Strikeout of Bobo, and there's 2 gone in the top of the first. Oaks trying to strike first. Second straight, 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Durfee lives to see another RBI total for Brendan at 8 this season. Larson has already thrown 22 pitches. Lengthy top of the first. Here's the 23rd. Fouled off again, and there will be another in the at-bat. Count still full. Foreman still safe at 7. No score in the top of the first. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Fouled off again, and there will be a 10th. As much as Larson's gone deep into games when he started, if that pitch count continues to be high, with already, we mentioned, a taxed bullpen, Miller Plyman no longer here, Heston Toll also, teammate of his at Arkansas, both no longer here. Pitching staff will have to step up. May see guys inserted into new roles and expected to go deeper into ball games. Here's the 10th pitch of the at-bat to Brendan Durfee. Line to Kretschmar at second, and he dropped it. And that allowed Foreman to round third and score. It's 1-0 Oaks. So the air on Kretschmar as the lineout was in his glove. Ball was in there, and it popped out. And it's going to lead to a run scoring. So already a costly error for the Blues, as that could have been out number 3. Instead, there's still 2 gone for Grant Smith. Brendan Durfee safe at first, and it's 1-0 Oaks. RBI number 9 for Durfee. Grant Smith now fouls one off, and it's 0-1. So before it's all said and done, Evan Larson could get out of this top of the first. Could have gotten out of this top of the first. Pitching a scoreless inning in which he came close to throwing 30 pitches. Now a run has scored, and the pitch count for him might be over 30 when it's all said and done. Average for Grant Smith, 230. Strike. Brendan Durfee is aboard after driving in the first run of the game. An error by Kretschmar leads to a run scoring. Center, that's going to drop in the gap. And Durfee rounds second, head into third on Kretschmar. Turned out Larson's start. Who bringing it out of the pen? Could also stop the Blues from having their own celebration tonight, clinching their playoff berth as they're currently second in the CCL South. Overall record of 24-15. Oaks at 17-16 as they've reeled a little bit as of late. And here's Anson Arrows now, the 6th Oak to come to the plate in the top of the first. A 30-pitch first inning for Larson, and it's still not over. 2 outs in the top half, and it's 2-0 Oaks.
I feel like this, Central Coast, is literally the only.
Larson to the plate, and Arrows fouls one off to the left side. It's 0-1.
At this game, you see 4 different teams represented well as far as Major League.
Blues, who took the lead 2-0 early against Arroyo Seco, will trail 2-0 early before their bats step to the plate. In what has been a very lengthy top of the first.
Yeah.
Larson will step off, cycle through the signs with Esperanza again. You have to think that Dean Traynor relaying to his starter that, hey, understand the inning could and should be over. Instead, an error leading to 2 more runs scoring, and the top of the first is still underway. That's missing for ball 1, and if you're Larson, you got to get that out of your head right now. You worry about the man at the plate. You worry about Anson Arrows, who's a dangerous bat. The average for Arrows, the average at 277. Left-handed batter. A lot of left-handed bats in the Oaks lineup facing the righty, Evan Larson. 1 ball and 1 strike. He'll check second and deal. This is grounded to Kretschmar. Routine play at second, gunning to first, and now the inning is over. What a costly error at second. An E4 leads to the first run scoring. An RBI double by Smith tacks on one more. It's 2-0 Oaks as we will head to the bottom of the first. On the mound for the Oaks will be Chris Torres. If you've heard that name before, it's because he's already pitched twice against us. This will be his third start against the Blues this season, and he'll face a San Luis Obispo lineup that goes like this. The order: Ryan Cermak at the top, AJ Esperanza in the 2-hole tonight, Mason Grotto batting third, TJ Clarkson batting fourth, Tate Samuelson bats fifth, Vinny Bologna sixth, Vince Martinez, the DH, bats seventh, Austin Kretschmar bats eighth, and Ruben Mercado rounding things out in the 9-hole. For Torres, the ERA not where he would like it, but he's coming off of his best start of the season. As mentioned, it was an odd one at Glendale City College. He's a junior. 6-foot right-hander Torres is out of Simi Valley, California, brings his record of 3-2 to the mound, an ERA of 6.66. This will be his sixth start. As mentioned, half have come against the Blues. His eighth appearance overall, and in 27 full innings pitched, he struck out 14, walked 13, and given up 31 hits. In his last outing, 6 full innings, no earned runs, 2 hits allowed, walked 4, struck nobody out. Talked to him before the game, said he had never thrown a game like that in his life. And he gave a lot of props to his defense. Also helped that the Blues were swinging on the first pitch a lot, flying out, a lot of loud outs, and a lot where Torres would say, well, that was barreled up, but it would not leave in the Thousand Oaks wind, and that's why it would go down as a 1-0 loss for the Blues in Torres' best start. He'll face the Blues a week later here at Sinsheimer Park, where he's already pitched against them once. And the Blues got to him for 5 earned. Cermak swings at the first pitch, and it's foul down the left field line, and it's 0-1.
He's a first pitch guy. Yeah, that's why he's lead off.
Talked to Torres about the strategy he used in that last start, in which he only gave up 2 hits in 6 full innings. Said, yeah, not striking anyone out felt weird, but I threw a lot of first pitch strikes. I'm going to try and go with the off-speed stuff early, maybe freeze some of these guys, gets ahead 0-1. That one a bit high for ball one now. They count even to Cermak. He gave props to this man at the plate. He said Ryan Cermak's a guy that covers the strike zone very well. And he says, in his own words, he says, Cermak has my number. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Went with the fastball there. Cermak against the Oaks this season, 9 for 21. 6 RBIs and a walk since coming back. He's been on fire. 10 for 23. 8 RBIs, couple walks, 5 extra base hits, including a homer and a triple. Torres steps off. It's 2-0 Oaks. We're in the bottom of the first, and here's a 1-2 pitch to Ryan Cermak. He checks his swing and takes ball 2. The 6th full inning outing against the Blues last time out, his longest of the season by full inning. 2-2 pitch. That's flared out to left. Will that stay fair? It will drift and land foul. Cermak putting together a lengthy at-bat, leading off the bottom of the first. Coming into that start, back on the 24th, Torres had gone out, and in his last 2 starts, given up 11 earned runs, 14 hits, and he had struck out only 3. Came out and put forth his best effort when he needed it. 2-2. Cermak rounds this one to Smith at second. He'll gun to first, and now there's 1 out. Bringing Esperanza to the plate, and we've seen AJ bat second a number of times. He's doing the catching again. Day off for Austin Shell. So Esperanza bats with no one on and 1 out in the bottom of the first. It's 2-0 Oaks. First pitch from Torres to Esperanza. Taken. Ball 1. "1-0. That is grounded softly to third. It's Melhoff to Bobo. 2 gone. Here's Grotto now. The average at 369 for Grotto. Has done damage to the Oaks, as he has to every team in the CCL, of course. 6 for 22, 5 RBIs. Facing Torres for the first time tonight and taking ball 1 outside. RBI total for Grotto at 41 to lead the CCL. 1-0 pitch. This one is grounded to third again. Melhoff will now gun to Bobo. And it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Chris Torres. He pitches a scoreless one and protects the 2-0 lead his offense has given him early, as it is 2-0 Oaks after 1. And we're going to head to the top of the second.
Jake is turning 5, celebrating his 5th birthday today. Happy birthday, Jake.
Oaks sent 6 men to the plate in the top of the first. It'll be Melhoff, Sandoval, and Cabral, the bottom third of this lineup, going up against the Blues pitching staff. It'll be Evan Larson trotting out for a second inning of work, hoping for a shorter one, as they got to him for 2. The error, of course, costly, but still only 2-0 Oaks. And after that 1-2-3 inning by the Blues offense, he'll have to come out right away. Limited rest for Larson, but he'll face Melhoff, Sandoval, and Cabral as the Oaks lead 2-0. I'm going to head to the top of the second. Can't thank you enough for making Blues baseball part of your Friday evening. It's game 40, and we've made it this far. Blues looking to clinch a playoff berth when we come back. Thanks for hanging out. Here's Melhoff leading off the top of the second as promised. It is Evan Larson trotting back out there. And you want to talk about needing a 1-2-3 inning. He threw 33 pitches in the top of the first that featured a costly E4 that led to the first run scoring for the Oaks. That would make it 1-0. And then the RBI double by Grant Smith that would follow would make it 2-0. That's what it stands at now. And Larson starting off the top of the second with a first pitch to Melhoff. That's fouled back, and it's 0-1. A 1 pitch. Flared out to left. Grotto has it. 1 gone. There's a 2 pitch out. Saw none of those in the top of the first. It's the top of the second now. It's 2-0 Oaks. Here is Sandoval. No one on, 1 out. Ball 1, Sandoval, a senior at Cal Davis, hometown of Oxnard. 6'1", right-handed batter. The average at 161. Went 0 for 5 last night against Santa Barbara. Pops that one up, and now it's in right center. Cermak makes the catch. 2 gone now. Well, there's a quick 2 outs for Larson, and here's Daniel Cabrel. Excuse me, Cabral. Daniel Cabral. This is just his 11th game with Conejo, and it is the lowest average on the team. The only man batting under 100, it's 091. The average for him. Larson to the plate with strike 1. Getting ahead, so already having a much quicker top of the first. Oh, 1 pitch. Inside and taken. Count evens at 1-1. Cabral has not gotten a hit since July 17th. Played his first game with the Oaks against the Blues. That's smoked out to left, but Grotto has it, and it is indeed a much quicker top of the second. It's a 1-2-3 scoreless inning for Evan Larson. It remains 2-0 Oaks. Blues, who were set down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first, will come to the plate. TJ Clarkson, Tate Samuelson, and Vinny Bologna due up in the home half of the second. Second inning of work for Chris Torres coming up. It's 2-0 Oaks. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with you after it. Thanks so much for making Blues baseball part of your Friday evening. It's the final 3 games of the season tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday afternoon. Hope you'll enjoy it with us, either here at Sinsheimer Stadium or with me on the Blues Streaming Network. It's much appreciated. Thanks for hanging out. Bottom of the second underway with ball 1 to TJ Clarkson. 2-0 Oaks as Torres, who pitched a scoreless 1-2-3, bottom of the first, delivering now ball 2 to TJ Clarkson. Yeah, part of the reason Torres was able to get through 6 full, again, only giving up 2 hits, not striking anyone out. A lot of strikes. Pounded the zone in that one. Now 3-0 to TJ Clarkson. Did walk 4 batters, and whenever he faced traffic, was able to induce groundouts, double plays, allowed flyouts, and certainly benefited from the wind that was taking place in TO that night at Kowloon. Here's a 3-0 pitch to TJ Clarkson. Ball 4, and Clarkson works a walk. First base runner for the Blues. And for TJ Clarkson, Torres to the plate. The breaking ball, as he did there to Samuelson. I can put myself in trouble if I miss consecutively. Walks the first man he sees in the bottom of the second. Delivers a first pitch ball to Tate Samuelson. Throws over to first to check on TJ, and he's still safe. Great crowd on him. 1 ball and no strikes. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Torres has thrown 6 pitches in the inning, and none have been strikes. Definitely perked up when I was talking to him, and he said, "Have you guys clinched yet?" I said we would with a win tonight, and he perked up right away. Did not know it, now is aware. Here's a 2-0 pitch in there for a strike on Samuelson. He said, if I ever let a man on, whether it's via base hit, via walk.
And again, number 20, right fielder for Fresno State, Vinny Bologna.
Torres deals to Bologna. Breaking ball in there for a strike. That's ideally how he starts the at-bat. Drop the curveball on him. They take it, and then they're off balance when he tries to work east to west. He doesn't really pitch north to south. It's more run the two-seamer inside, four-seam away. Here's the 0-1, fouled back, and it's 0-2. Guy that just loves. Got him swinging. Allowing the leadoff walk of Clarkson. He still faces the minimum in the inning as he the third. It's fireworks night. It's the third and final one. It's the first of a final 3-game weekend set here at Sinsheimer 2-0 Oaks, as we'll take a short